I think currently we do not, the Edo State House of Assembly do not have more than 4 PDP members. They don't have more than 4 PDP members. And at least we now know that we don't know what will happen tomorrow, but for now, we only have 4 loyal PDP members that will return to the House of Assembly. But you see the remaining 20 Judas Iscariot. No, I will not put the 20. The ones in PDP who decamped to APC, I don't know the number now, I'm trying to get the number, maybe 8 or 7 or 9 or 10. Because PDP had 15 before. If they're having 4, maybe 11 of them have left. You see those ones that left. Comrade Bale Joseph, come 2027, I will do everything humanly possible. I will place resources. I will use my platform to campaign against them. I am pledging they will not return to the House of Assembly. They will not return. They will not return. They are betrayers. A man who stands for nothing will die for nothing. It is nauseating. It is appalling. And it is something that should be poo-pooed by our composed mentis Homo sapiens. If you watch today's show of shame, today's show of ignominy by Blessing Iscariot, if you listen to his statement, you will know that it was a huge mistake Obaseki made for making someone who is intellectually bankrupt like Blessing Abebaku to be Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly. It is unfortunate and it is ridiculous. Look at his statement. A Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly. Who am I? When PDP governors are making arrangements, the governor will be trying to bribe me. Fool! Soon as Speaker. Now listen to a statement. Fool! The governor will be trying to bribe me, and yet you are false for the bribe. You are a fool. The Speaker should hide his head. Hide his head in shame. He will not return. He will not never. He will not return to that. May go Makana. He don't complete the term. Rep, he cannot go. What do you call that? House of Assembly, he will not return. Even if they give him ticket, he should mark it. He will not still return. The governor has been trying to bribe me. I want to announce to you, he has done small. The school is doing over 500 million. Fool. What will be the school going to build with 500 million? You think you are talking to fools? Even if you want to be stupid, you think everybody is as stupid as you are. They will use 500. Is it a model school? These are you siphon public funds. Is it a model school that you are using 500 million to renovate? Even to build full school. How much is that your community? Is it up to 500 million? That place that they are building the school, is it up to that whole community? Is it up to 500 million? You want to hype the governor, the Chokunadu governor, the working governor, the governor that is doing this. You should be ashamed of yourself, Blessing. I know you have been a treacherous person. I never knew that you stoop so low to make such stupid statements. The governor has awarded TV road in my place. This one. What of all the ones that Obaseki awarded? You are an ingrate. You are an ingrate, ungrateful element. You should be ashamed of yourself. I wonder how politicians think. If they can be this petty, if they can be this dirty, and if they can be this stinky. You stink. I'm ashamed that you are the Speaker of Edo State. Look at your statement. So watery, so petty, so pedestrian. No sign that we have a Speaker in Edo State. Maga, the incoming commissioner of your Southwest, you are a good man. Even if you did APC, you will continue to support intelligence. We will support competence over mediocrity. We will support capacity over imposition by incompetent leadership. You are a round peg in a round hole. And if they give you a commissionership, it is a government who wants development, who wants the right peg in the right hole, who wants, how do they put it, who wants capacity. So, Igbohosa or Morodion is somebody who is a round peg in a round hole. He should be an associate prof now. So a man who has traveled in that journey in academic excellence cannot be far from getting a commissioner is even below you. The governor when fail WAEC not being the governor. So if a governor can fail WAEC at 38 and is governing Edo State, a PhD holder should be the president of Nigeria. So to me, you are a round peg in a round hole. But unfortunately, we have a governor who does not know his left from his right. It has been 7 months or few days to 7 months of having a governor who have less than 6 commissioners in his cabinet and has been piloting the affairs of Edo State. Our own corporate patrimony, without looking at federal character, how they call it, quota, and looking at least constituting a quorum in the Edo State House of Assembly, in the Edo State Executive Council. At least every local government should have a representative in the Executive Council in Edo State. Every local government. Who is now speaking for Ovia Southwest in the State Executive Council? Who is speaking for the people of Ovia Northeast? Who is speaking for the people of Ovia, Oredo, Ikobaoka, Eko? We want to know, how do we express our desires through our representative in the House, in the State Executive Council to the governor? It only shows one thing, that we have a governor who do not care about Edo people. He is only concerned about his ego. He is only concerned about his own inordinate desire to stay in power and remain in power. But by the grace of the great grand architect of the universe, who sees the heart of man, who knows that they don't deserve better, by the special grace of God, joy will come. Joy will come. So my first message for Blessing Abebaku is, you know that when you sell your brother to a stranger, even the stranger will not trust you. And that is what Blessing is carrot has demonstrated. He has shown to the world that he is not an honorable. I didn't wonder why they call the honorable. These are dishonorable fellows. A man who could say his best right like Esau and eat the porridge of Jacob is not fit to be called an honorable. The level of shenaniganism, the level of pedestrianism that Blessing Abebaku leadership in the House of Assembly have shown. It has shown to Edo people that we do not even have an House of Assembly. These guys are a bunch of political buccaneers and economic scavengers. They have zero or nothing to offer Edo people. They are a bunch of shenanigans. Little wonder they have made any potent law that has uplifted the lives of the rantag and the bobtails. It is not only sardonic, It is lugubrious. And it is something that should be poo-pooed by our compos mentis Homo sapien in this time and age. We elected members under a particular platform, and without recourse to the people who elected them, without due consultation, this bunch of non-entities parading themselves as lawmakers decamp to another party without even a town meeting to explain to their people the reason why they want to jump ship. This clearly shows that the Nigerian politicians have learned nothing and they have forgotten nothing. And that the only thing that drives them, that leads them, is their stomach. Some of them may want to deceive you with their pedestrian statement that, you know, when we are in the same party with the governor, we bring more development. Ask them, Agedo from Ovia Southwest, he has been in APC. What has Agedo brought to Ovia Southwest? Fools. What has Agedo brought? We can measure more. What has Atu brought to Orion? He has been in APC since Okpebholo came. So it is foolish and stupid if they not tell you that, you know, when we are in the same party, we want to bring the. They are fools. They are dumb. They do not have capacity at all to work for you. You should reject them come 2027. And we will lead a mass action that will dethrone and demobilize this bunch of betrayers. People who were elected under a particular platform, just because of their stomach, they have all decamped to a platform which they once demonized, who they once told that those people do not have the capacity to lead Edo to prosperity. They are suddenly become praise singers. You see the working governor, what has Okpebholo done? Blessing should be ashamed of himself. A speaker who we elected to speak for Edo people has suddenly become a speaker of Edo state government. Blessing and his co-travelers should tell Edo people, if this incompetent House of Assembly have asked the governor, where is all the buses that was bought for Edo line? Where are those buses? Where are they being stored? Where are they being kept? Also, we have a governor who is grossly deficient, grossly incompetent, and intellectually bankrupt, very lawless, very primitive, very archaic, and very rash in his disposition and his ideologies. And that's why I want to call on the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, if we still have one that exists. Because what happened in Edo in September 2024 was a show of ignominy, was a rape to Edo people. You set the rules. You have told us times without number. Recently, Okoye Abiwete, they made a statement concerning campaigning that political parties must adhere to the rules of engagement. That INEC have not officially announced to Nigerians any timetable for the 2027 general elections. And that political dramatic personnel, political parties should desist from campaigning against the 2027 election. But what we are seeing presently in Edo is a governor who has vehemently refused to adhere to that deadlines. And we want to call upon INEC to show capacity, to show that Nigerians can trust and believe in them. We want to see INEC taking legal action on the APC, especially their activities in Edo State. Campaign never starts. They never talk about campaign. Okpeolo has been going from one place to the other to launch campaign for Asiwaju 2027. What does that tell you? It tells you, or it can be likened as the story of the drunken master in a wine shop. He wants to destroy both himself and even the president. Because before now, even the presidency lately released a statement that what concerns the presidency is how to deliver to the people, which we know they don't have any intention. But we'll let us leave it like that. Because since they came on board, Nigeria have witnessed more poverty, they have witnessed more hardship, they have witnessed more insecurity, they have witnessed more inflation, they have witnessed more employment, more unemployment. Since the Tinubu administration emerged, it is obvious that in the last 12 years, the recalcitrant APC-led federal government has brought nothing but sorrows, pains, and blood to Nigerians. And that's why you see they are very vicious in their approach, very antagonistic in their approach, very confrontational in their approach, that they want to subdue, subvert, downplay, oppress, intimidate dissenting voices. When they see you speak against their government, they want to look for a way to frame you up. If they cannot frame you up with ICPC, they will frame you up with EFCC. If they cannot frame you up with EFCC, they will frame you up with the DSS. If they cannot frame you up with DSS, they will frame you up with the police. If they cannot even frame you up with the police, they will not frame you up with their obnoxious law, like the one that was passed by the Edo State House of Assembly recently on courtesy and kidnapping. I have said it times and number. I will support what is right. I will support what is good. I will support what is lawful. And I will vehemently reject what is unlawful. When good men, when evil men make bad laws, good men have the moral responsibility to reject it. And that was why when I was interviewed today in Arise, concerning the demolition of houses in Edo, I have said it, that it is unconstitutional, it is archaic, it is primitive, because that approach is alien to Edo people. Everything we must do must be within the ambits of the law. And I have said it consistently, that the means we use must be as pure as the end we seek. We cannot use an improper end means to get a proper end. We are yet to hear an official statement from the Ministry of Justice, the Attorney General. What we have been seeing is the governor parading himself from one place to the other, being engineered by Jarrett and the impeached Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu. They have been moving from one place to the other without recourse to the rule of law, without recourse to constitutionality. How can you just wake up in the morning with the assertion, whether wrongly or rightly by one person, having said that John is a thief, or John is a kidnapper, without passing through the legal framework, without legal process, and you just move and carry bulldozer to go and bulldoze the house. Let us make it clear. Let us bring common sense on the table. I want to ask Okpeolo a question. If GT Bank has an official who is a kidnapper and is caught, will you not go to GT Bank and demolish GT Bank? So what is the nexus? What is the justification of you demolishing a man's house who the child committed an offense? Not that the man was aiding and abetting. This old man went further to call the police, intimate the police of the situation. He was even arrested and detained for almost 2 weeks. You went further because you want to score cheap points to demolish that man's house. We will continue to speak for the man, and the tears, blood, and sweat that man has used in building that apartment will continue to fight. We will sustain it. We will continue to engage until the right thing is done. Your action, Mr. Governor, of demolishing that man's house is totally unacceptable. It is treacherous. It is wicked. It is evil. The man's son committed an offense, not the man. The son is not the owner of the building. It belongs to the father. The father has worked all his life to build his apartment. You know, like with one when I build, I'll use all these builders. My people will go commit crime. You will come destroy and say my people become my people. You know, will try them. You will not try it. Why will you do that? You have grown-up children, Mr. Governor. So if those your children now commit offense, they will come destroy that your house. Does it make sense to you? Does it make sense to you? Even the people following you and advising you, they want you to fail. We will only continue to tell you the truth. We have nothing to gain. We have no dog to fight. We don't hate you. We want you to succeed. Between now and the Supreme Court judgment, we will guide you. We will guide you. We will continue to engage you. We want you to succeed. Why will you go and demolish that man's house? And as for INEC, let me even first of all leave that out. INEC, we want to see if not first. We do not have confidence in you first in 2027, INEC. That's just the truth. Edo people, we do not know what they call INEC. We have concluded that INEC is an arm of the APC. Is the electoral wing of the APC, just that we have the youth wing of the APC. APC and INEC, they are Siamese twins. They are co-joined, they are intertwined, and they are interwoven. They have been embedded. And their only core focus is to destroy Nigeria and to subvert the will of the people. You saw what happened today in the declaration, the campaign of the blessing is carrot. We want to see between today and tomorrow, if we truly have INEC, that a sitting governor who is supposed to be the custodian of the rules and law of the land, who is supposed to be a custodian of the constitution, is now at contrivance. He is now disobeying the law. On what important. What gave the governor the audacity, the temerity to launch a cap? That is a campaign cap, and that is already, that he has already run foul. He has already run foul by doing that. You have already started campaigning when the umpire have not officially announced even a timetable. And that is a crime. It is criminal. And we want to see INEC, not to pursue very dark man or go arrest scholar. We want to see the INEC persecuting. We want to see INEC persecuting those who have run foul of this law. There are provisions. I don't want to read the law. The constitution is clear and unambiguous that it is illegal. It is a crime. While INEC have not officially declared or released the timetable, while on earth will a sitting governor who is supposed to know that these things run foul to the law to officially whether I inaugurate or I take call a cap. This is the cap for Asiwaju 2027. You have started campaign already. You have started campaign already. You want to score cheap points. You want to be in the good book of the president so that he can help you in your appeal case and in your Supreme Court case. It will not work. It will not work. Even if you do everything possible, the law will take its course. It will only take time. And this goes to show that if the governor is this desperate to even launch those caps, while the time is not ready yet, the umpires have not even released the timetable. It is now alleged. I am alleging Edo State government because we have been hearing, though there are allegations, that's why we say allegedly, that those buses that was bought for Edo line, that they are actually bought to be donated for Asiwaju 2027. Those buses. So Edo people, una just dey play. Una dey wait for bus for Edo line. You will see by January, February, those buses will be shared for campaign for 2027 for Asiwaju. That was why they bought those buses. Telling you that it was for Edo line was just a camouflage. Ask yourself. A bus that was inaugurated since February 17th. We are in May. We have not seen one of those buses flying the route of Benin. If you go to Edo line today, it's a death trap. It is an hideout for hoodlums. One roof, one zinc not there, one roof sheet not there. Even to clear the place, they have not been able to clear it. What does that tell you? And that's why, to me, I am even now believing those allegations that those buses were bought to be shared for Asiwaju 2027 campaign. And the Edo State government must tell Edo people the reasons they will use our common patrimony, Edo State taxpayers' money, and why they will deceive Edo people by telling us that they have bought buses to revive Edo line. And now we have not seen one of those buses. And we are hearing allegedly that those buses will be used for campaigns for Asiwaju 2027. They will be shared to various local government leaders and branded for Asiwaju. That is the height of desperation of the so-called governor you people have in Edo State. We cannot continue like this. We cannot. If you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you will still die. Very soon they will bring an allegation against me. I am waiting. Imagine the obnoxious law that if the house should be demolished, this one, that one. What is the legal framework? Just the way I told her, what is the legal framework? And why is Samson Osage, the Attorney General, not talking to Edo people? You made a law. This law, did it go through public hearing? Have you also been able to educate Edo people about it? To a town meeting? You just woke up, enacted a law in a rubber stamp assembly that they should destroy houses used for kidnapping and courtesy. Why we are happy with such law? What is the legal process backing it? Will it be based on mere allegations? Is there a special court that will try these persons and do accelerated hearing? Will it also be a tool to shun political opponents? And that's why I've continually used the case of Reverend David Ugolo, who is my boss and mentor, as a case study. That in early 2011, 2012, Reverend David Ugolo was accused of sending assassins to murder the then CPS, Principal Private Secretary to Comrade Adams Aliyu Oshomole, who was the then governor of Edo State. Mind you, Comrade Oyeride Olaito was the acting National Secretary of the Nigeria Labour Congress. And it took national reactions. Ogolo was arrested in a commando style and whisked to Abuja. So it means that on that allegation alone, that people have confessed Reverend David Ugolo for being the masterminder, they would have destroyed Ogolo's house. That is not only unfortunate, it is demonic. Only for investigation to continue, they now even arrested other people because the DSS, because as at that time it became a national embarrassment. Because both the DSS and the police had two suspects confessing to have murdered the late Principal Private Secretary of the government of Edo State, to Adams Oshomole. It became a national embarrassment that two sets of criminals admitted to have murdered a particular person. How possible was that? So it means that if we operate by the law that the governor of Edo State have currently enacted, it means by then Reverend David Ugolo's house would have been demolished, would have been destroyed. Because we must allow, they say every person is assumed innocent until proven guilty. Recently, I saw a newsletter which the IG wrote against parading suspects. Because a suspect has a right, he is a suspect. And until he is proven guilty by a competent court of law, he is assumed as innocent. Mind you, we live in an evil and wicked society. And not everybody likes anybody. So if by tomorrow somebody who is against me is caught And he now confesses that Bale Joseph is our sponsor. He's the one sending us to go and kidnap. He's the one sending us to go and do this. You will just come to my house and demolish my house without taking me through the court processes that we now decide whether I'm guilty or not. You just demolish my house. That is what you are telling us. It's just like the destruction you did to the MBM secretariat. Where we want to applaud that, I have continually said it, that the means we use must be as pure as the end we seek. This gives me this illustration, Mr. Governor, that if a staff of Zenith Bank is a criminal, does that give you the impetus to not destroy Zenith Bank? Just the way we have recalcitrant members of the MBM, we still have members of the MBM that are law-abiding, that are civil, that are responsible. The same thing with every other sectors in life. Don't we have bad police? We have police who are criminals. We have seen in different cases. They are worse than hoodlums. Have we not seen EFCC members that are taking bribes in this country? Have we not seen a lot of governors who are hoodlums and criminals that are being charged every day? Even some have been convicted in this country. So do you not use basis of that to say all the governors should be killed or they are thieves or should be convicted? If members of a movement or an association is found wanting, those members should be apprehended, tried, and persecuted accordingly. Why rob Peter to pay Paul? Why use the sin of one to rob the others?